And we're live.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're ready to start now. For our first match of the day, if I can just write this in. It's going to be the mysterious player known as Cozy Glow versus Alkaline XTR.
Hello, hello.
Boop. Boop. Why is Alka only 20? You know, I'm not gonna ask.
So this week's match, we have you versus Alkaline. And we are waiting for it to start. And stream is a bit later today because we're only doing top 8.
Chat, Alkaline is not alive right now.
Oh. Oh god.
Alka, wake up.
Here, will you just be playing on the guest?
I'm just gonna warm up. Okay, now we're done. We'll get right into it.
Okay, and we are starting. No warm-up, and it's you versus Alkaline. Alkaline Gaming PC. Now with ACPC looking, you at the top of their board, and Alkaline takes the first point. Both players doing SPPC. Alkaline Mistra manages to recover pretty well. They're going to be strong. Oh my gosh, I forgot how to solo commentate. But it's okay, that's okay. I see. Both players are looking pretty good right now. both players actually have a pretty big well. Here with a series of 8, series of 10. You break series, but an alkaline misjobs. And Hugh makes things even. Both players doing SBCC. I think alkaline might be here. Oh, never mind. Both players building up series. Both players broke series. Hugh, it looks like a missed job. Hopefully they can recover that. Alkaline didn't send much pressure to Hugh in that time frame, not taking advantage of the missed job. Hugh misdropping at the top of the board, and Alkaline takes another point. Both players doing SBBC. Hugh doing SBBC here. Alkaline with the series of 9. Hugh looking to cancel here. Hugh misdrops, and Hugh's at the top of their board, and Alkaline takes another point. Both players doing SBPC yet again. Alkaline not looking so good here, but manages to get down here with a big well, but it looks like they're going to be in trouble. Alkaline now with the big well, and is sending Hugh quite a bit, and Hugh misdrops, giving Alkaline another point. And both players doing SDPC. Alkaline looking like they're looking. Hugh, big surge. Alkaline is building up their surge. Hugh, kind of near the top of their board. Alkaline with a surge of 10 and breaks it, killing Hugh. Both players doing SBPC. Hugh misholds, and Alkaline kills them. Alkaline really took advantage of that mishold from Hugh. Alkaline doing PCO well. Hugh is doing SBPC soon. Hugh sends 16 spike. Alkaline misdrops. Alkaline manages to recover it pretty well. Hugh misdrops and forced to break series. Alkaline sends a 16 spike and kills them. Things are not looking good for Hugh, but will they be able to make a comeback? Well, let's see. Alkaline doing some weird all spinning. Hugh doing SCCC spin. Hugh with the dono. Alkaline, more dono. It looks like both players are building upstairs. No one. They both immediately broke it. Both players have queens. Alkaline has a lot of queens. He has a tiny bit of cheese, but it does not look like it's too bad. Alkaline building up surge. It looks like they're in a bit of a weird spot right now, but they managed just stuck through it. And Q is a 9-0 Alkaline with some G's that might not be able to get through. Sends a 16 spike to Hugh. Now Hugh has the G's, but he also has a pretty nice well. And Hugh gets through. Alkaline pausing there. I don't know why, but pausing is not good. Alkaline misjudged. He is still dealing with the cheese. Both players are trying to get down. Both players have quite a bit of cheese. Alkaline with a surge of what? It's not very big right now, but it could be big, especially since Alkaline is doing quite a bit of all spin. And Hugh near the top of their board now. Will they be able to get down? And they aren't able to, putting us at 8 when Alkaline currently in the lead. Both players doing SBPC. Hugh with SBPC doing well. Alkaline is just freestyling, I think. Alkaline with a surge of 12, 13. Alkaline still building up that surge. Hugh trying to defend, and Alkaline releases it while he was at the top of their board. Both players are doing SPPC. Yet again, Hugh misdrops. Not looking good for Hugh. And Alkaline is building up back-to-back. Has a surge of 11, 12. Hugh trying to defend, and Hugh manages to survive. Hugh sends 14 spike and kills Alkaline. Will Hugh be able to make a comeback? The players doing SBPC spin. We've gotten a lot of SBPC bags here. Alkaline breaks their surge. Alkaline misdrops, but manages to get through it. And Alkaline sends a clean that tops Hugh out, and we are now at match point for Alkaline. Alkaline breaks surge. It looks like they misdropped, and Hugh KOs them. Both players are doing SBPC. Hugh sends in 11 place, and Alkaline KOs Hugh. The DNR comes when I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm pretty sure now is like not intending on coming anytime soon. Maybe he will, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Next up, we have Agar versus PCO, but I'm not sure. And the warm-up match versus PCO and Agar is starting. Agar doing, PCO doing LSD, Agar doing some weird all spin and a 28 spike. PCO survived, so Agar sent the surge, but PCO lives. Agar has a pretty big well. PCO sends a 28 spike. Agar survives. And PCO now, they looked like they were in trouble, but now they have a really good well. Both players have very, very nice wells, and PCO is building up stairs. PCO now with a series of 17, looking to find a spin to continue their search, and they break it, sending a mountain of garbage to Agar's board, and Agar does not survive. And PCO takes the warm-up match. Alright, and the match between PCO and Agar is starting. Agar with SCPC, PCO with LST. Always hope to see LST. It's so fun to see it being done right, and PCO breaks back to back. Agar with a pretty nice well there. Both players building up surge. PCO with a huge well, but they aren't able to take care of it as Agar sends them too much pressure. Both players doing PKI. They're both doing LST, which I love to see. It's always so nice to see LST done right. And PCO looks like they're in a bit of trouble. Bit of a messy board. Will Agar be able to continue up the pressure? And PCO got through their messy board. Agar sent them 15 spikes. Agar getting through their cheese, while PCO continues to build up surge. Now with a surge of 11, and they break their surge. Will Agar survive? Agar's at the top of their board. Agar gets through it, but PCO follows up with more pressure and takes their first point. More PKI shenanigans. LST on PCO's side. And PCO with a surge 12, Agar sending a 21 spike. PCO breaks their surge, Agar survives. And Agar with a 30 spike. Oh my goodness. And that spike just killed PCO. Either doing a TD opener, PCO with CKI yet again. Either just broke their series, PCO continuing their rapid LST. Don't have a EP coming up, so I might not be able to continue and go. Manages to keep Surge though and just breaks, but Agar looks, they survived the Surge break. PCO up stacking, it looks like they missed drops, but manages to fix and get out. Now Agar's building up Surge and breaks it. PCO had a nice well though, so they could live. And PCO with the STST. Agar going down. Both players have a pretty nice board state right now, but PCO had to go down, couldn't take the TST. PCO missed drops, but Agar take advantage of this, but PCO somehow managed to turn that missed drop into something. I don't know how top players do this, and Agar just killed PCO. PCO doing MS2, Agar doing who the heck knows what, I don't know what they're doing. Some sort of odd thing opening. PCO with the surge of 10, breaks it, Agar with quite a cheesy board. Will they survive? And they won't. PCL doing SDPC. I don't know what Agar's doing. Maybe it was a misdraw? Who knows? Nice eye spin on Agar's side. That was pretty cool. PCO with a surge of 10, 11 and breaks it for a 29 spike that killed Agar. And you're now 3-3. This is looking like a close night. PCO doing reliable, Agar with PCO up stats. Those players building up Surge. Agar breaks it. Surge with for an 11 spike that PCO lives. PCO has a nice 9-0 left. And PCO is continuing on now. And fix their Surge. Agar is getting through the cheese that PCO sent them, and now PCO has cheese on their board since they built a fractal. Agar building up back to back. PCO got through the cheese, now Agar's the one with the cheese. Agar breaks Surge and sends the cheese straight back at PCO. PCO with a surge of 5 breaks it. Agar with the 20 spike. PCO with a 13 spike. Agar with the 19 spike. PCO manages to live, but they're near the top of their board with some cheese. Will they be able to get down? And it looks like they will be able to. But Agar is building up Surge, and they released it for a 20 spike that killed PCO. Both players doing PKI. Um, PCO with the LSD Agar, it looks like a misdrop, but they came in between all screens, so probably not a misdrop, I'm not sure. PCO is there back to back. Agar with a back-to-back of 7, setting up a fractal, but had to waste key, so they weren't able to take it. And sent a 17 spike. PCO manages to get out and sending pressure to Agar. Agar going down. Agar got out. And now sending PCO a lot of pressure. It looks like they're just both building a ball spin for a clean board. Oh, they're both building a ball spin now. With that, a surge of 7, and Agar is the first to break. PCO with a huge spike on the board. PCO misdrops, and Agar takes advantage of it, giving them another point. PCO with SD position. Agar doing some all spin. What's that? PCO is not looking good for them. They had to break stairs, and that left them with a really weird board state. And they're managing to get down for now, but if Agar keeps sending them pressure, they might not be able to live. But now, Agar's the one with the weird state, and PCO with a tragic eyepiece misdrop. That hurt to watch. Both players doing TKI. PCO doing LSD. Agar just all spinning. And PCO breaks their LSD. Agar loses the surge and LSD break. And PCO is building up back-to-back yet again with LSD breaks the surge. And Agar lives. PCO sends a 15 spike. Agar, their board state wasn't good there, and PCO pulled off another win. PCO doing SDPC. Agar, think that was PCO attack. Agar all spinning, building up surge. Both players are building up surge. PCO with a surge of 7, Agar with a surge of 11. Oh. And PCO breaks it. Agar, oh, PCO mid-game PC, or I guess you would call that a mid-game PC. Agar dies. They weren't able to find the down stack. PCO doing MS2, Agar doing a TD opener. Agar just looking for some all spins. It seems like Agar forced to break their back-to-back. PCO just taking a whole lot of C-spins. PCO with a surge of 6, and after actually that immediately they break it. PCO now with a surge of 6. Agar with a pretty clean board state with back-to-back of 3 breaks it. PCO with a surge of 10 now, and they break it, but Agar manages to survive. Agar now on the defense. PCO trying to keep up the pressure. And sending Agar quite a bit of cheese. I would not want to downstack that. PCO building up Surge again. Agar just trying to survive. PCO now with a Surge of 10 and Agar made one wrong move and PCO took another win. This really is close. Those players are doing TKI. It looks like Agar will be doing LSD now, but they ended up breaking it. PCO still continuing their LSD. And now moving to the well that they had. Breaking it. PCO with a Surge of 14. Agar just defending. Agar with a Surge of 9, but PCO has a Surge of 20. 25. Agar breaks their Surge, and PCO, they weren't able to take advantage of their massive Surge. They got too greedy there. PCO doing TKI. Agar also, they were going to do TKI, I think, but just decided to downstack and said PCO, it looks like they missed y'all. Agar trying to build up Surge. Agar now with a Surge of 11, 12, 14. PCO. It looks like they're just trying to defend. Agar breaks their Surge. Doesn't affect PCO that much, but oh, they managed to follow up. And bringing us to 6 to 8. It looks like PCO misdraws. Agar push it is looking good. PCO has a bit of cheese that they will need to downstack first before they can get to the well. And they do downstack it, sending a 19 spike to Agar. PCO getting through the cheese that they had while Agar is building up Surge. Now with a Surge of 11, Surge of 12, PCO also looking like they're building up their Surge. And Agar breaks it, but PCO is able to defend. PCO with a Kaiden. Agar with, they were gonna probably build an Austin, but weren't able to. And Agar misdraws. Looks like they managed to get through it pretty nicely though. PCO breaking this small Surge that they had, sending a 16 spike. Agar now with quite a bit of cheese. They're gonna have to go down. They managed to get to the well. And sending the cheese right back out PCO. PCO with a Surge of 10. Breaks the Surge. Agar lives through the Surge break. PCO is downstacking the cheese Agar sent them, and they might not be able to get through it. Looks like they will be able to at the moment, but if Agar keeps sending them pressure, they might not be able to. And they do get through the cheese. Agar breaks their Surge again, and PCO has more cheese, but they managed to find the downstock. Agar pauses because they misdropped and manages to recover the misdrop, but PCO is building up surge. PCO now with a surge of 13, a surge of 16. Agar sends them a spike, but PCO doesn't break their surge. And PCO breaks their surge for a 32 spike. And Agar is killed by the spike. Agar with a 25 spike right off the bat and kills PCO. Oh my gosh, that was so fast. Both players doing TKI. PCO has a really fast LSD, wow. And it looks like Agar is just trying to defend. PCO breaks it. Agar lives, sends a 14 spike and PCO sent to the top of their board but manages to get down. And PCO misjudged. Agar getting through some cheese and now PCO has cheese. Both players are getting through it pretty well though. Agar building up surge and as soon as I say that, of course they break it. Agar building up surge yet again. PCO looks like they're in a tight spot here. And they are unable to get down, putting us at match point for Agar. Agar doing PCO up stack. PCO doing TKI and PCO misdrops, giving Agar the win. Let's see. Okay, so next match we have Grape my arch nemesis because they are a fruit not a veggie, and Dragon Knight. Yes. Wait, I really like the background music. It goes da da da. I hope everybody's drinking water here. If you have not drank water, please drink some water. Your kidneys will thank you. And the formal match between Dragon Knight and Rick is starting. Dragon Knight on the left and Rick on the right. Dragon Knight doing this, but I think Grape was trying to do a tie down there, but got a bit greedy. Grape manages to live, had to downside there. Why is Grape playing so greedy? Dragon Knight building up Surge breaks it. Grape building in STSD sends Dragonite and 11s, but Dragonite is pretty high up on their board. Grape is building. Surge Dragonite did a teeth, but they didn't have the pieces really for it. Grape sends an 18 spike. Dragonite still alive, but at the top of their board. Grape now with a series of 10. Dragonite near the top of their board has a nice wall though, so could live. It looks like Grape is trying to build up back to back, and Dragonite is just they're building up back to back. I was thinking they would go down. Grape with a series of 9 breaks it. Dragonite somehow manages to live. Down stacks it for a series of 9, and Grape finally kills Dragonite. And the match between Grape and Dragonite is starting. Grape doing PCO, upstack, Dragonite with 6. Grape with a series of 7, forced to break. Now with a really nice well, Dragonite at the top of their board. And Dragonite is killed, giving Grape the first point. Both players, it looks like they were going to do TKI, but Grape misheld and Dragonite kills Grape. Grape just killed by the pauses. Dragonite with 6 spin, Grape with TKI. It looks like they're doing LSD. I like LSD. It looks like Dragonite is building up back to back. They have a series of 5 first to break it, and this spot they're in doesn't look so good. And Grape is keeping up the pressure, now has a series of 5, and Grape's pressure just killed Dragonite. Grape doing LSD. Dragonite all spinning, breaks their surge. Grape with a not so good board state, and Dragonite kills Grape. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to call Dragonite Hunt or Dragonite, because I know we go by Hunt. Grape near the top of their board, manages to get out. Dragonite building up back to back, breaks their surge, opens up their well. Grape near the top of their board now, and they weren't able to find the down stack. Grape doing TKI, Dragonite with a TD opener. Dragonite misdrops, and Grape is gonna take advantage of this and kill Dragonite. This is looking like it will be in a pretty even match. Dragonite with SCPC, Grape PC upstack, but it looks like they misdropped. Dragonite also misdrops. Manages to turn it into an Aspen though, which is good. Deep at the top of their board, and Dragon Knight kills them. Grape, it looks like Grape is getting a little greedy, but they managed to send Dragon Knight a lot of pressure and kill them. Grape, with the eye dependency, they manages to get through it, and Dragon Knight was killed by Grape's spike. Dragon Knight doing SABC, Grape doing Bestial upstack. Grape sends a Spike up, then Dragon Knight sends a 28 spike, and Grape is unable to live through Dragon Knight's 28 spike. Dragon Knight doing TKI, Grape doing PCO upstack. Dragon Knight breaks their surge. Grape also breaks their surge. Dragon Knight misdrops, and Grape takes advantage of it and gets another point. Both players doing PCO and Dragon Knight doing PCO. Grape is doing PCO upstack. Dragon Knight takes the PC. And Grape seems pretty unaffected by it. Dragon Knight now just doing 7 to LC, maybe? I don't know. It looks pretty cool though. They break Surge and send garbage to Grape. It looks like Grape will live though. Grape now building up back to back. Dragon Knight sending them some cheese. Grape down stacks the cheese for 16 spike. Grape has a pretty nice well, and the pressure is too much for Dragon Knight, putting Grape at 7-5. Dragon Knight doing PCO, and Grape misdrops their TKI. Manages to fix it pretty nicely and cancel the PC though. Dragon Knight with a TST into a 16 spike, and Grape, oh, they could have lived, but they misdropped the IPs. Oh, that was painful to watch. Dragon Knight with TKI, Grape with a misdrop. Oh no, but they managed to get through it, which is pretty good, and immediately misdrop after that. Dragon Knight sending them a bit of cheese. Will Grape be able to get through it? Dragon Knight with an STST. Sending more cheese to Grape, and Grape misdrops yet again. Grape gets through the cheese, and now Dragon Knight is the one with the cheese. And Dragon Knight is not looking good for them. And Grape kills them. Grape with a 15 spike, and Dragon Knight did not have any eye pieces. They couldn't get down. Keep doing PCO upstack. Dragon Knight weren't able to find the PC there. Dragon Knight had an eye piece. Grip with a series of 6. I think they'll keep building it up. Now with a surge of 10, Dragonite not in a very good spot. And Grape kills them, putting Grape at match point. Will Dragonite be able to make a comeback? Or will Grape take home the win? And it looks like Dragonite wasn't planning on doing STPC spin. Not STPC spin, stick spin. But they accidentally self-dropped their OP. So they weren't able to. Grape. It looks like both players are building up back-to-back, sending each other quite a bit of clean. Grape with a surge spike of 10, Dragonite with a spike of 12. Now both players are going down. Dragonite near the top of their board and Grape with a misdrop. Grape manages to get through it. Dragonite unable to pull off a win there. I feel they put out. And Grape sending pressure to Dragonite, giving them the win. Okay. So up next we have Nuclear Red versus the Hinta. I will be taking the time in between matches to drink some water, and you guys should do. Water is good for you. And the match, the one match between Nuclear Bread and Jinta is starting. We have Jinta on the left and Nuclear Bread on the right. Jinta starting out with PC, Nuclear Bread with the LS. Nuclear Bread was first to break LS Hugo. Jinta with a series of 6, series of 7. Breaks it. And has a pretty clean well set up with Fractal here. And releases their spike. Nuclear Bread survives. But they are still near the top of their board. Nuclear Bread sends a 13 spike and Jinta is unable to get out, and Nuclear Bread takes the warm-up match. And the match between Jinta and Nuclear Bread is starting. Jinta doing SCPC spin Nuclear Bread with TKI. Fortunately no LSD here. Very sad, I love LSD even though I can't do it. Nuclear Red with a 29 spike and sends Jacinta to the moon. Wow. Jacinta with PCO. Nuclear Red doing a TD opener. Jacinta continues their PCs. Now doing SDPC. Nuclear Red still surviving. Oh my goodness. Jacinta PC looping and Nuclear Red at the top of their board. Unable to get out. Jacinta moving up back to back. Nuclear Red also, Nuclear Red getting down. Jacinta with a surge of 10, 11, but Nuclear Red sends a 29 spike and kills them. Both players with PCO on. Neither had a PC there. It looks like Nuclear Red misdropped and Jinda took advantage of that, killing Nuclear. Jinda doing SDPC and misdrops. Nuclear Red with AKT. And I think Nuclear Red took a job on Jinda's board because they immediately broke their surge to kill Jacinta. Both players doing PC. Oh, Jacinta doing PC. Nuclear Red just PC up stacking for a 26 spike. Wow. And they sure sent Jacinta a lot of garbage. Both players doing SGPC. Jinja with SCPC spin and Nuclear Red with a misdrop, but it looks like they won't be able to get down, and they aren't. Nuclear Red with SCPC, Jinja with PCO. Looks like Nuclear Red is picking up back to back right now. They have a surge up forward. And they break it for 14 spikes. Jacinta manages to live through it. Nuclear Red sends 14 spikes. And Jacinta at the top of their board, unable to get down, giving Nuclear another point. Nuclear Red doing GK, Jacinta doing SGPC spin. Nuclear Red with the LST, highlighter LST, it's very clean. And they break it for 21 spike, Jacinta unable to get down. Beautiful gameplay there, that was really clean. Both players doing SCPC. It looks like Nuclear Red is just freestyling while Jacinta was doing SCPC spin. Jacinta going down. Nuclear Red with an STSD. Looks like Nuclear is building up back to back, and as I say that, they immediately break it. Which, commentator, this is what happens. Both players have quite a tiny bit of cheese. Jacinta gets through it, but and it looks like Nuclear Red will too. Jacinta at the top of their board and was unable to get down. Both players doing SCPC yet again. Jacinta with the SCPC PC, now doing DPC. I think they're SCPC looking, but Nuclear Red sent them some garbage, and manages a 37 spike. Oh my goodness. And Jacinta is unable to live that. Holy moly. Jacinta with SCPC spending mishold and Nuclear Bread still doing LST. It looks like Nuclear Bread might take advantage of Jacinta's mishold, and they do. He does. Blue players doing SCPC. Jacinta doing SCPC spin. Nuclear Bread just freestyling. Sending an 11 spike full of cheese. I don't know what Jacinta was doing there. I think it was a misdrop. Nuclear Bread with a surge of 5. Jacinta just going down, trying to downside the cheese that they have. Nuclear Bread now with a surge of 8 and immediately breaks that as I say that. Jacinta trying to go down. Nuclear Bread just keeping up the pressure, and it kills Jacinta, leaving Nuclear Bread at match point. It looks like Nuclear Bread was forwarding there and they misdropped. Jacinta, I have no idea what they're doing as well, just probably moving up. It looks like Nuclear Bread managed to clear up the misdrop they had, but oh, Jacinta sent them some lines, but they managed to have a down stack. Now Jacinta is the one in a not good place, and that's game. Alright, let's see. Not quite sure what the next match will be. We might have to wait. I believe we have Grape against Hugh next. And we have Grape versus Hugh. And one more match is starting. Hugh is on the left, Hugh is the guest, and Grape is on the right. Hugh is doing SCBC spin. Grape is just up stacking. Hugh sends a 21 spike. Grape lives it, and might not be able to get down here, and I think they won't be able to, and yeah. Hugh takes the warm-up match. Alright, the match between Hugh and Grape is starting. Hugh doing SCPC. Grape is doing TCO of stack. Grape with the fractal sends a 16 spike. And Hugh with double eyepiece misdrop, killed by Grape. Grape takes the first point. Heal with STPC. Grape PC with PCO of stacking. Grape misdrops, unable to get down. Heal with STPC. Grape with PCO of stack. Grape now with LSD. Grape with a misdrop and heal kills them. Heal with SDBC spin. Grape with PCO up stack yet again. Grape is all spinny. Heal. Just trying to defend, I believe. And Grape's now with 9-0. Grape with the dono and the eyepiece misdrop manages to fix it. Heal now with a surge of 4, surge of 5, but makes it as I say that. Sends Grape a 15 spike. Grape, their board state is not looking good. Will they manage to get down? It looks like they might for now, but if Hugh keeps up the pressure, they might not be able to. And Grape has opened up their well. It looks like they'll be able to escape. And Grape sends Hugh a toe spike and Hugh is killed. Hugh with STP spin with PCO upstack. Hugh has a surge of 9 and breaks it for 22 spike. Grape is in a bit of trouble and they won't get out. Grape with a misdrop. Hugh with a fractal. Grape manages to fix the misdrop and go down. Grape sends Hugh a toe spike and Hugh is killed. Hugh with SDPC spin. Grape with PCO upstack. Grape now with a 17 spike. Both players have a surge of 7 and Grape misdrops and Hugh kills them, bringing us to 4-3. Hugh doing SDPC spin. Grape doing PCO upstack. Grape with quite a bit of cheese breaks their surge to get down. Hugh has some cheese too, but not as nearly as much as Grape. Will Grape be able to get down? Grape manages to access their well. Hugh is trying to keep up the pressure, but it looks like Grape will manage to get through it, and now Grape is upstacking. Hugh doing 9-0. Hugh sends a T-spin that called Grape. Their board state wasn't so good, but now it sends a 21 spike, and now Hugh is at the top of their board. Both players are looking pretty clean now. Grape is still near the top. Grape manages to get out. and lived through Hugh's spike. Hugh had what looks like to be a misdrop, and it's not looking good, and they are killed. This is looking like a pretty even match here. Grape building up Surge. Both players are building up Surge. Grape is the first to break, and then Hugh breaks as well. Grape looks like they misdropped that eyepiece. Sends a 14 spike to Hugh. Grape keeping up the pressure. Now with a surge of 8 and breaks it. Hugh with a pretty clean well, but Grape just has an enormous amount of pressure going on. Hugh sends Grape a 16 spike, and Grape's board wasn't so good and they weren't able to get down. Hugh with SDPC spin, Grape with PCO upstack. Hugh with a big well, Grape with some cheese, and Grape misdrops. Will they be able to get down? And it looks like they might not be able to. They're still alive, but that spike from Hugh should do it. Hugh doing a TD opponent. Grape misdrops their PCO massively. They do manage to recover it pretty well. Grape is now in LSD. Now how the surge of 8 breaks it. Hugh's at the top of their board. Will they be able to live? And it looks like they won't. Both players doing TKI here. Grape with LSD. Hugh, it looks like they're just out spinning. Grape with a surge of 6. Breaks the surge immediately after I say that. Grape with a massive well. And a 24 spike. Hugh manages to live, but their board is not looking good. And Grape kills them, putting us at 6-6. Very, very even match. Hugh with SDPC spin. Grape with TKI. Grape is building up Surge. Hugh, also building up Surge, I believe. Grape misdrops, forcing them to downstack. Grape sends a small spike of 10. Hugh's board is not looking good, and Grape will kill them. Grape doing PCO upstack here with SDPC spin. Hugh misdrop? I can't tell if that was a misdrop or not. It looks like one, but I can never be sure. Grape has a pretty nice well. Hugh, pretty low on their board, but Grape sent them a 14 spike. Grape now has quite a bit of cheese on their board, trying to get down. Hugh has a massive 9-0, and they break back to back. Grape is at the top of their board and is unable to live. Hugh takes another point, bringing us back at a tie. Kill with SDPC Stinger. I think that was the guy. Grape with a 25 spike. Or Hugh with a 25 spike. Oh my gosh. And Hugh takes another point. I don't know what opener that Grape is, or he was using. Grape is doing PCO. Oops, back though. Grape sends a toe spike. Hugh manages to live. Hugh with the dono. Grape with a back-to-back of 3, 4. Now 7. Hugh manages to live through Grape's back-to-back break. Grape now building back-to-back up yet again. Had an obvious misdrop but manages to fix it. Breaks back-to-back. Hugh now in 8-1. Manages to get out because 8-1 is not good. And Hugh kills Grape with pressure. Hugh doing STBC spin, Grape doing PCO upstack. Hugh breaks third. Grape with a 21 spike. Hugh manages to live and now they have a huge 9-0 well. Grape now the one with the big well. And sends a 12 spike. Misdrops their TP. And are at the top of their board. Will they manage to get down? And it looks like Grape will get through this. Both players are at a back-to-back of 2. He breaks it and Grape also breaks their back-to-back. Grape breaks their back-to-back yet again. He was just down stacking cheese since. And now he was at the top of their board. Manages to survive. I did not see that down stack, but they might not live here. And Grape kills them. Hugh is currently 1 point ahead, but will Grape manage to pull off the win? He was doing STBC spin. Grape is doing PCO. Upstack, you know the drill. Grape breaks back to back. He was an odd dependency, but fixes it. Grape has a lot of cheese on their board. Manages to get through most of the cheese. Now near the top of their board, will they be able to get down? And they are. Now they have access to their master well that they were going to set Cheeseman for, but misjobs. They did fix it pretty well. Hugh has a big 9-0 well. Grape is going down. Hugh has a surge of 7 and breaks it. Grape is trying to build it back-to-back. Hugh is in 9-0, also building up back-to-back. Grape releases their surge and sends quite a bit of cheese to Hugh's board, but Hugh kills Grape. And now Hugh is at magic point, but will Grape be able to make a comeback? I don't know what else he was doing, but Grape is doing his share of stuff. Hugh brings back the bag. Grape is kind of near the top of their board, but they seem to be in a good state here. Both players are near the top of their board. Grape with this surge of 6 and Hugh not in a good position right now. Will they manage to get down? And it looks like they won't. Grape still at match point for Hugh, but Grape is just 1 point away from also getting match point. Hugh is doing some TSS opener? I don't know what opener they're doing. Grape is at a surge of 8, surge of 9, surge of 10. Will Hugh be able to defend against this? It's a surge of 13. Grape breaks it and Hugh lives. Hugh near the top of their board, but they have some pretty clean garbage. It looks like Hugh was trying to ice spin there, but they weren't able to rotate it in. Grape with an 18 spike. Hugh still has a pretty clean well. Sends a 13 spike right back at Grape. Grape now with a surge of 6. Breaks it immediately. Hugh's near the top of their board. Will they get down? And they will. Grape was not keeping up the pressure there, and Grape sending more stuff to Hugh, and Hugh is killed. And we are now at tiebreaker. Hugh doing SDBC spin, Grape doing PCO of stack. Grape had a fractal. Hugh breaks surge, and that's game. For everybody who doesn't know, guest with Hugh. And we will see what the next match is. And I believe the next match will be Nuclear Red versus PCO. So, yep. The match between Nuclear and PCO has started. Nuclear red on the left, PCO on the right. No more matches. PCO with a series of 7. Yeah, looks like they'll break it, and they do. PCO kind of near the top of their board, but has access to a huge well that I'm sure they'll take advantage of. Meanwhile, Nuclear Bread is just keeping up the pressure. PCO now with a tiny bit of cheese on their board. Nuclear Bread still building up back to back. PCO now with a series of 8. Nuclear Bread sends a spike. They managed to survive it. Now with a series of 12, 13, and the teaspoon triple. Will Nuclear Bread be able to survive this? And Nuclear Bread breaks Surge to be faced with doubling. Minus 23 on their board. PCO now with a Surge of 25. When will they break it? Oh my gosh. 27. 20. 30. This is insane. Nuclear Bread sends this 24 spike, and PCO breaks it in the fence and absolutely sends Nuclear Bread to the moon. Both players being STVC. This freestyle outline. Oh, and Nuclear Bread missed draws. That was very painful to watch. Those players are doing TPI. It looks like they're both be doing LSD actually. Oh, Nuclear Bread broke it. Unfortunate. And PCL now with a series of 8. And PCL breaks it for a 20 spike. Nuclear Bread survives. Nuclear Bread near the top of their board. Might be in a bit of trouble, but they get out. PCO sends a 17 spike. Nuclear Bread manages to recover, but is met with the minus 10 and end up misdropping. PCO still building up back to back, trying to down stack the bit of cheese that Nuclear Bread is sending them. And they're doing a pretty good job on down stacking it. It looks like Nuclear Bread is just trying to defend here against PCO's massive surge. PCO now with a surge of 26. Oh my goodness. And more surge is definitely to come. 31. Oh my gosh. 34. PCO now breaks their surge for a 57 spike. And you just see Nuclear Bread pausing at the massive amount of garbage he saw in his garbage meter. PCO doing PCO up stack. Nuclear Bread with SCPC spin. PCO with a surge of 10. Nuclear Bread with a surge of 5. Nuclear Bread breaks their surge. PCO now with a surge of 14. Nuclear Bread also building upstairs. Their board state doesn't look so good right now. And PCO is still building upstairs. PCO with a surge of 21. Nuclear Bread forces them to break it in defense and manages to live this time. Nuclear Bread can win 18 strikes to PCO. And Nuclear Bread near the top of their board manages to get down. PCO breaks their surge for a 23 spike. Nuclear Bread doesn't seem very affected. And miss drops, and that's what killed them. Oh boy. Nuclear Bread doing XDPC. PCO doing TKI. PCO now with LST with a surge of 8. Nuclear Bread with a back-to-back of 2 breaks it and is met with PCO's huge surge. They managed to live somehow. And it looks like PCO will be building up back-to-back again. Or not. They ended up canceling because of Nuclear Bread's pressure. So now Nuclear Bread has a misdrop. Will they be able to fix it in time? And they do. PCO now with and they broke it. Nuclear Bread misdrops. Their board state is not looking good right now. Oh guys, that was painful. And Nuclear Bread tops out. And one misdrop from Nuclear Bread. PCO with STPC spin variation freestyle. I don't know. PCO with a surge of 8 breaks it. Nuclear Bread with a surge of 5 breaks it. And Nuclear Bread pops out PCO. Both players doing SDPC spin SDPC, and it looks like Nuclear Bread ended up misdropping, so they weren't able to really do SDPC. PCO with a surge of 11 and a fractal 2 now, and sends a 23 spike and a 17 spike. Oh my goodness. And Nuclear Bread misdropped. Looks like PCO has also misdropped. Nuclear Bread recovered their misdrop. PCO, it's not looking good for them. And they still managed to get down. Nuclear Bread is building upstairs. Both players are building upstairs. Nuclear Bread is the first to break it due to what looks like to be a misdraw. And now PCO has a huge surge yet again. Nuclear Bread has a PK well, but ended up skimming. And PCO broke their surge, but Nuclear Bread managed to defend against it. Now PCO has quite a bit of cheese on their board and is on the downside. Nuclear Bread now with a huge 9-0 well. PCO with some few lines of cheese. Nuclear Bread going straight through the cheese that PCO had sent them by. PCO with a surge of 9, 10 in the 24th place. Canceled all the cheese that Nuclear Bread sent them, and still maintaining their huge back-to-back. Now at a surge of 21. At a surge of 22. This is absolutely insane. Nuclear Bread with a 14 spike. PCO forced to defend with their surge and kills Nuclear Bread in the process. Nuclear Bread doing SDPC. PCO doing, I don't know what they're doing, but they have an SDSP. PCO is building up surge. Near the top of their board, it wasn't looking so good, but they managed to get down. Nuclear Bread had a fractal, but unfortunately, their first T-spin was not a TSP. Nuclear Bread with a surge of 13. Now Nuclear Bread is the one with the massive surge. Now surge of 17. And it's continuing to build. And Nuclear Bread breaks it. PCO lives and sends a 14 spike. That must have been disappointing for Nuclear Bread. Nuclear Bread, it looks like they misdropped. Manages to recover it, but PCO set a spike and killed Nuclear Bread. Both players doing PKI. PCO with the LST, very fast LST. Nuclear Bread with a 15 spike and what looks to be a misdrop. PCO with a huge surge, 22 spikes. Nuclear Bread managed to downstack it and live through the huge surge saved by PCO. PCO with an SDSP. PCO with a 14 spike. Nuclear Bread with a misdrop and now putting us at 9-1. Both players doing PKI, both players doing LSD. Oh my gosh, my little brain is so happy. I love LSD. Oh no, Nuclear Bread misdropped. It looks like both players ended up misdropping. Nuclear Bread with the prophecy. PCO just building up. Doing PCO teams building up back to back. PCO with a huge well. Nuclear Bread also building up back to back. Both players at a surge of 5. Surge of 7. And Nuclear Bread is the first to break, but PCO breaks soon right after, and Nuclear Bread was unable to downstack it, putting PCO at match point. Nuclear Bread doing a TKI, PCO also doing TKI. It looks like both players are doing LSD, and I absolutely love LSD. It is very cool. And Nuclear Bread is the first to break. They're back to back, and PCO has a surge of 12. We've seen a lot of massive surges from PCO here, and it looks like they'll break it, and Nuclear Bread managed to lose the surge break. PCO with a surge of 7. Nuclear Bread seeing the huge minus 10 on their board. And misdrops, and I think this is it for Nuclear Bread, and that's game. And PCO takes the win. Okay, so we will now be switching comms, so you guys will not be hearing me anymore. Yep. We are waiting for the other comm right now. Yep.
Yes, hello. Am I live? Can I be heard?
Yes, I think so. I believe so.
Alright, nice.
Alright, bye everyone.
Okay, thank you, Veggie, for. Alright, that's pretty much my intro. Alright, now we're gonna be looking at our winners finals between Alkali and Agar. More exciting matches to be had here, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like we're gonna get a warm-up from both players. Ooh, some pretty sloppy misdrops from on Alkali side. And Agar's just waiting. I'm not entirely sure what these waits are for. I'm not sure if the weights help a lot, but it's because Alkali's fort was pretty cooked, I'll say. But yeah, interesting warm-up. Both couldn't find the PC, so opted for 5-4 stacks. Agar now has the cleaner board and still able to keep back-to-back, forced to break it just now. Alkali is pretty low on their board. And trying to send some pressure, but alright, Agar was able to clear most of the cheese, but now Alkali has major surge advantage here, which they will hope to capitalize. Oh, and Agar was able to force them to break it, and now Agar's on the offense. Agar finally breaking it, but Alkali seemed to prepare for it. Ooh, that's a nice L spin or J spin. I didn't notice. But yeah, Agar's pretty low on their board now, and we'll try to clear as much garbage as possible. Ooh, and now's on the offense. so far, we don't see a lot of persistent surge keeping from both of these players. Agar has a second hesitation there. They probably wanted to look for a cleaner solution. Ooh, and that's a pretty good sword search. What I do notice about Agar is that they seem to opt for these short surges more, and that's an unfortunate miss drop, but was able to spin that eye in. But now Akalai has a pretty big surge disadvantage. Pretty valiant effort to fix the miss drops, but Agar was able to capitalize. Ooh, what is this ambitious setup that Agar's going for here? Ooh. Oh, and that's a nice combo find by Alkali. And now both players don't have Surge. Just trying to find some pressure, but some unfortunate misdrops on Alkali's side will seal their fate. Ooh. Some quick pressure from Alkali managed to gain them another round, 200 APM. Pretty impressive. Now Agar sitting on this pretty looking 3-6 stack. And now they have the surge advantage. They're hoping to maintain it, but that Zemus drop might put an end to it. And Alkali finds a defense, but unfortunate Temus drop after that. They were able to fix it in time. And Agar is also not in a dangerous stack anymore. And now it's a pretty neutral position again. Ooh, and some unfortunate piece placement by Agar. And now Alkali has the upper hand on Surge. Oh, but they were forced to use it to defend against Agar's pretty big hefty spike. Ooh, a 21 spike by Alkali, and Agar was able to make it out with a spike of their own. Well played. This is looking to be a very long round. Ooh, and some of Alkali's all-spin sequence will help them to build up that surge, but that's another unfortunate Temus drop. Was able to fix it by converting that into a donor, but Agar has surge of their own. lot of these back and forth attack exchanges. And you'd think that after these big spikes, someone would have died already, but no, they're still standing. Oh, but Agar once again gaining the lead on Surge, but Alkali's forward was low enough to defend. 3-minute round. Ooh, that's an unfortunate Esmus drop though, but Agar's still in it. And now they are back to building Surge. They were able to defend, oh, but not this 12 spike right after. A lot of relentless pressure coming from Alkali. You see Surge from both players. Alkali was forced to break first. Agar is still trying to hold on to this 11 Surge of theirs. Ooh, followed it up with a nice 38 spike, but Alkali was able to find a good multiplier of their own. And now Agar is in danger. Was able to access the clean and get out of there. And now Agar Alkali once again just kept up this some insane back-to-back pressure, and a lot of clean blows exchanged back and forth between both players, and Agar was able to come out on top. Alkali was forced to break their surge early, while Agar wants to keep this nice surge they have. Building a fractal. Oh, decided to break it because they found a follow-up. The follow-up didn't do much though, and Alkali has clean to work with. It's an elegant 180 spin, but that... Oh, I stand corrected. That will help Agar get out. Oh, but a lot of pressure coming from Alkali, so it didn't matter. Alkali wants to find a good solve that would keep back-to-back, but yeah, garbage. Garbage was not the best. And now Alkali is sitting on this big 5-4 well. Didn't really fully capitalize it, as Agar still survived, but Agar's in a pretty dicey situation, was able to access the clean just in time. And now Agar has surge advantage. Alkali is scrambling to find the defense, but well, I said that, but was able to find a good well to work off of. Well, this is pretty greedy, but Alkali was able to get away with it, and Agar couldn't find the T in time. But that's a pretty well executed cut copy from Alkali. The follow up into the 24 spike, pretty insane. Agar right now is not really in a favorable condition, a position as yeah. Oh, but as I said, that Alkali broke their surge. Oh, that's a pretty was able to get away with building the fractal, and now back low on their board. But Agar will have to step their foot on their gas if they want to. Ooh, and this nice 17 spike might do it. Oh, but Alkali has the defense. Agar was waiting to accept some more there before sending. Ooh, and Agar trying to capitalize, but unfortunately misdropped the O. This, yeah, this search will do though. This search break will do. Ooh, a pretty cheesy board for Agar here, and Alkali had all the pressure in the world to deliver the blow. Ooh, tried to spin the S in, but some SRS shenanigans will cost Agar the round. And it's match point for Alkali. Ooh, found this good multiplier, but Agar was ready for it. And now Alkali is pushed on top, has a lot of cheese that they want to clear. Agar has the mini surge break. But now Agar needs 6 more points if they want to. Ooh, and Alkali transitioned into DPC, missed the PC. And Agar now, oh, but tried to go for a T-spin, but they didn't have the T, and that's it. Yeah, Alkali was pretty in full control in many of the rounds from their superior speed. We'll see them again in winners finals, and Agar will now be pushed to losers bracket, and they'll face the winner of this upcoming loser semis match. And now we'll see Grape versus PCO. This is an interesting matchup, I gotta say. So from the stats we see here, Grape has PCO has superior speed and attack. But it's pretty hard to say anything just from numbers. We also do see PCO with a lot of all-spin knowledge from their previous match. Some very good search keeping, but they tend to send a lot more clean, and that can be a double-ended blade. So Grape might be able to take this if they utilize garbage well. Oh, and there they are. Both players are in the lobby, and yeah, I think we will get a warm-up. And indeed we will. Ooh, unfortunate team misdrop on Grape side. And now PCO has the... Oh, well, I spoke too soon. I mean, not that I spoke too soon, because Grape died before I could even say anything. Alright, well, good luck, have fun to both players. It's gonna be the real match. TKI from both, and it seems like they will transition into LST. Gray will have access to garbage first, and both are trying to maintain. PCO broke first, and actually both players broke Surge, but Grape with this pretty atrocious Elmas drop, and they were able to access the clean, but was too greedy with this T-spin setup. Couldn't get to the T in time. Oh, PCO seemed to have misdropped their MS2, but now have recovered their position. Ooh, a 22 combo multiplier from Grape, which forced PCO to break Surge. Oh, the PCO has the pressure. No, not able to deliver it in time, and Grape can survive. Oh, down to this 27, 21 multiplier. PCO trying to get the T-spin. Might be too greedy here, but it might pay off. It indeed will. Grape couldn't. Had to waste I there. Had to forego the downstack. An unfortunate opener misdrop on Grape's side in the opener phase, and PCO was able to just carry out the SDBC spike. Ooh, Grape has access to garbage now, but so does PCO. PCO opted to break first, and Grape had to break to defend. Grape wasn't in the best stack ever, and PCO had a lot of pressure to back up their position. TKI into LST for PCO here, while I thought Raid can. Yeah. Well, they were able to fix it, but now still in a pretty dangerous position. Still want to keep Surge, but have access to Clean. Ooh, and now this is a pretty good stack for Grape, but had to break I because of the dependency, but they have all the pressure that it takes to kill PCL there. No sweep. Grape opted to go for the short search break, and I said that, but well, they misdropped, and now PCO. Oh, but they were able to access Clean in time, but PCO has the surge advantage that they will look forward to capitalize. It's able to get out, but yeah, this pretty ambitious setup by PCO. Ooh, that's a pretty well-timed surge break, and I think Grape was in a bad position anyway. Some unfortunate opener misdrop for Grape, but they were able to get back on their feet. But now PCO has surge, but this is a pretty atrocious board. Yeah, they managed to fix it. Ooh, and now Grape has pressure. There were these 2 and 3 lines of cheese that PCO couldn't really break out in time. MS2 versus more 5-4 freestyling by Grape. Ooh, a 22 spike. But couldn't really do much to Grape. And but now PCO has surge advantage, breaks it immediately, and now this is pretty, I was gonna say even, but yeah, PCO has pretty noticeable surge advantage once again. Just a lot of good pressure coming from both players. And oh, that attempt to Z-spin might have been too greedy. Even just for one back-to-back. Ooh, some nice sequence from PCO, but Grape was able to deliver the spike, and oh. Grape couldn't find the fallout, unfortunately. Ooh, this well landed pretty well. Oh, but that's an unfortunate misdrop from Grape, and now PCO can capitalize. But that's a pretty bad J misdrop. STPC spin by PCO once again, and didn't really give them the head start in search, and now Grape is sitting on this very big well. Still able to keep surge, breaks it in a 35 spike, and that will do. It was a very nice follow-up, and Grape also had this 9-0 well to keep up the pressure if they want to. Both players transition from TKI to LST stacking. And now Grape has the surge advantage. PCO also has surge of their own here. But this P sequence might be a bit unfortunate. We'll find some good spins to back it up. But forced to break surge, and now Grape breaks. But PCO was ready for it. Was able to find the survival just in time, and now Grape, after a sequence of unfortunate misdrops, were just forced at the top. Ooh, unfortunate, another unfortunate opener misdrop. Ooh, but recovered very quickly. But PCO has the surge advantage. Ooh, a lot of good. This is a very intense wave of pressure from PCO. They were looking to time that, and that's a brutal spike. I don't think anyone could survive, especially after some of Grape's misdrops. Ooh, Grape used the wrong piece there. And now PCO holds the cards, and by that I mean the search card. Has this follow-up, but ooh, Grape was able to survive. Can they get out of this though? Because PCO has a lot of good attacks here. Grape is safe for now, but they need to find a defense pronto. PCO finally breaks, delivering this 27 spike, but it doesn't kill as Grape is pretty low on their board. Ooh, and an unfortunate eye that's dropped. They have another eye for that though. And now they're back onto the game. And now PCO wants to look for pressure here, but yeah. And now Grape starts their own search. Grape has been defending against these very well. And a lot of cheese, but... Oh, but this might be too much for them. PCO has the perfect follow-up after the search break. Some intense pressure at the start of the game by PCO once again. This is not a pleasant stack for Grape, and another Zemus drop. They could get down, but oh, and I think PCO, they broke. I mean, they had a back stack, so they had to break, but... Well, now... Yeah. Ooh. Another bad sequence of misdrops by Grape sealed their fate, and PCO is on match point. Grape opted for the single to have direct access to garbage, but yeah, they will have to try very hard to defend against PCO's search here. Ooh, that's an insane follow-up. A pretty nice find by PCO. A combo multiplier into 40 spike will win them the game here. Yeah, Grape was just passively defending like most of the time here, and they had a lot of pressure. They were able to send a lot of pressure during the game as well, but couldn't really match PCO's pressure. They fought a really good fight, though, I will say. And now PCO will advance onto losers finals and will face Agar here. So we have both players who are able to maintain search very well, and they'll face off this losers finals. Very interesting matchup here, and we'll get a warm-up. Stick spin from Agar, but couldn't really help them build that initial back-to-back pressure. But PCO, this is not a back-to-back stack for PCO right here. They tried to slide in one more, but couldn't really get anything good out of that back-to-back. And now Agar has some back-to-back of their own. That that L spin is quite questionable, however. Ooh, Agar, that's a pretty good tank into a small combo, and that will win them the warm-up. So this is a bit different in the sense that Agar can and will build Surge. It's just that they tend to send them off in bursts more than hold them to 20 like PCO does. And so I'd like to see how these players interact, as in what we're looking here. And oh, PCO had this pretty ambitious TST, but it didn't work out, and they weren't able to get away with it. Ooh, Agar opted for an early Surge break there, while PCO is keeping Surge and is hoping and is finding a follow-up. Oh, well, they don't need that follow-up anyway. 200 APM pressure. Agar opted for the color clear here to look for a better stack. Once again, another Surge break. Early Surge break will put Agar in a disadvantage. And this is also not a good stack for Agar to be in. Was able to force a Surge break off of PCO, and they also had a pretty good combo down set to back up too. And ooh, what is that Z spin? Both have Surge now, but that's a very unfortunate Imus drop for Agar. Couldn't even find a skim to break their Surge. And now Agar has a very good offensive stack. Oh, and they opted for an early Surge break, but that wouldn't force a Surge break from PCO. But PCO, that's a... I'm not sure if that T-spin was intentional or not, but how to get the S out indeed. Some very insane pressure from PCO. They also chose to break the Surge at a very good time as well. Ooh, PCO might be a bit too greedy. No, I was wrong. They proved me wrong. Oh, and that's a pretty bad opener misdraw, but Agar's trying to find... Yeah, couldn't able to find a good fix for their terrible Jameis drop on top of the TKI. Now we see LST, but Agar broke out of the LST pretty quickly, opted for access to garbage. Oh, and PCO tanked to... they have a lot of advantage here, but Agar was able to access garbage in time, and now in a pretty dicey situation. And PCO once again has the upper hand. Search break from PCO didn't really do much to Agar, but yeah, this constant cheese sending will do, but Agar was able to... oh, that's... ooh, a 35 spike though, however. That's some really fast search building from PCO as well. It's very impressive. Ooh. A combo from Agar, but it won't force a surge break from PCO. But yeah, if they wanted to keep Surge there, would be impressed. And now Agar's on the offense. And Agar with this combo follow-up, that's a very nice combo find as well. 26 pipe hit. Oh, and yeah. PCO seem to want to... oh, what is this? Couldn't time the TST tower very well. As in, well, they saw that they could build it, but, well, it doesn't mean that they should. And now PCO might be a bit greedy here, trying to keep back-to-back, and now Agar has a clean board. Well, I spoke too soon again. We're in a pretty neutral position where both players try to get as much pressure as possible. PCO with their early surge building. Oh, and a pretty dangerous situation for Agar. Tried to set up for the S-spin, but didn't come in time, and now they would need this defense, and this 9-0 well is not it. Some very fast LST coming from PCO, but a team is dropped though, and Agar was able to get out with this nice combo find, and now has Surge to back it up. PCO is forced in a corner. PCO with their Surge, like an ahead advantage in Surge, but ooh. Agar was able to find this nice spin to get to slide in one more spin. Once again, very fast LST action from both, but Agar was forced to break out of their LST a bit early, while PCO continues their search building here. Oh, but will the spike break? Oh, some of PC almost drops will do though, and this is some intense pressure. But Agar was able to find an out, and will now try to. Oh, but this is a. Oh, well, I said that, but yeah. And so now PCO kept trying to go for these surges, but Agar was pretty. They're in a position to defend. Oh, not here, however. Yeah, this is a pretty. Oh no, I say that, but they were able to find a defense pretty quickly, and now has this surge advantage. And yeah, just a couple lines of cheese will prevent PCO from finding a good survival here. More LST action. This is always lovely to see, and ooh, that's a very nice follow-up from Agar. PCO Surge was pretty much useless here, but ooh, now they have this clean 8-1 well. But Agar's again back at the bottom of their board. Now both players will look for upstacks and spike opportunities, but yeah. Another ambitious setup from PCO, but it seems to pay off, and okay, but Agar is now the one with surge advantage. Breaks it pretty early and is now left to deal with a lot of cheese. Was pretty close to survival, but Agar was just dealt with a lot of cheese, and so couldn't really find a way out in time. Oh, PCO messed up their MS2? Yeah, this and another Jameis drop. Well, their stack was pretty cooked anyways. PCO's trying to find for like a back-to-back skip find, but opted for the down stack there, and now yeah. Oh, another quick search break from Agar. This PCO has the defense though. Was prepared for it. Once again, both players at the bottom trying to find some pressure to work with you. Quick short search by PCO. Agar's forced to do a lot of these skims, but was able to transition to this nice combo multiplier. Had search, but couldn't really do anything with it, and now yeah, we keep seeing a switch in. Like, no one's actively like in the offense or in the defense. It's just a lot of back and forth. And now so there's good counter and oh, almost couldn't spin the S there, but and so that's a pretty nice find by Agar. Search didn't really couldn't really do anything to PCO there, but now we're looking for a good search break again. There's a follow-up, but ooh, and PCO was ready for it. Also was able to find this nice combo down stack. And that is not a T-spin. Well, PCO has the up stack here, and they will try to keep up this pressure. Ooh, this might break them. But yeah, PCO has a big multiplier of their own, and we'll try to go for some more pressure here, but Agar has the defense has the response for that. So Agar was forced out of search pretty quickly, while PCO was able to retain their advantage here. Oh, but that's a nice survival. But Agar needs to get access to garbage quickly, which they will. Another long round here. I mean, well, I said that as if we already had long rounds this game, but well, this is the first one between these two players that went past 3 minutes, and it's about to be 4 minutes. Agar was able to survive the search break, but not the onslaught afterwards. Ooh, both players have a lot of things to work with here, and a lot of fast miss drops on PCO's side. They were able to like hold on to their surge, but Agar was prepared for it. We might see a very intense tiebreaker here, but well, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Ooh. An insane combo by Agar, but and PCO has a mid-game all clear. That's pretty damn impressive. Okay, but Agar's pretty unfazed here as they are building up search of their own. That's a bad place to set up an S-spin though, and PCO didn't have follow-ups, but Agar was left in a pretty bad spot anyway, with 2 lines on top of their garbage, and now it's match point for PCO. That improv setup might be a bit ambitious here. Ooh, and it's a pretty dangerous for Agar, but he lives as usual. But PCO has a lot of pressure to keep up their attack here. Ooh, this is a pretty bad Imus drop though, and but PCO couldn't punish, and Agar once again gets away with it. Agar's defending really well actually, and oh, couldn't fit the T in there in time. And that's an unfortunate misdrop for PCO, and we're getting a tiebreaker. Oh, Agar's forced to get an early skim there. A lot of quick SZ spins to match Search, and yeah, they are able to make up for it, and PCO doesn't quite have the kill just yet. Ooh, another nice multiplier find. And now this is pretty even. It's a very good search break here, but PCO has to down. And now this is a pretty... I was gonna say bad for Agar, but they were able to find a good multiplier. They are still under a pretty, well, significant surge disadvantage here. Oh, pretty surge break will help them defend though, but this is a pretty bad board, and PCO might find the punish. No, they will not, as Agar lives once again. Oh, some pretty horrible misdrops on PCO's side though, and now Agar might be able to carry the pressure. Oh, some more unfortunate misdrops, and that's gonna cost PCO the game. It's a very dramatic and, well, anticlimactic ending at the same time. But going out like that, it's... Well... But yeah, Agar was able to just utilize these counter spikes really well to win the game. PCO sent a lot more lines, but... Yeah, well, it's a very even game between both players. Yeah, these kinds of offense-defense interactions, yeah, they definitely are the most fun to watch. And now Agar might get his revenge here in his grand finals matchup against Alkali once again. Yeah, and both players, not both, but Agar will need some break time here, and while we wait for that, yeah, and so once again, from our winners finals matchup, the Alkali have a lot of speed advantage, and during winners finals they were able to capitalize on that pretty well, but this time around though Agar might have some counter plays for that. Yeah, Agar might need a pretty long break here as well. He needs to win both this game and the bracket reset to win the whole tournament. The tournament. And well, it would be a pretty hard feat to pull here, as yeah, Alkali has, you know, they could use their speed advantage really well, as demonstrated in the winners finals. But well, you never know. These games are very unpredictable. These kinds of offense defense corrections. And also, it's sometimes it's not just about these big surges. It's also who will, because sometimes you can die to cheese, and oh, well, occasionally we do see these players, they couldn't really clear cheese in time, and it's pretty left in vulnerable positions, even with after just 2 or 3 lines of cheese. And Agar knows that these short surges will send a lot of cheese to his opponents. It will be an interesting matchup either way. And it looks like both players are ready. We're just waiting to see if both wants a warm up. We're not gonna see a warm up here. AR seems to be content with their top 2 finish. But yeah. Oh, and transitioned into DPC for Alkali, but they will misdrop their O while okay, but Alkali was able to recover pretty quickly and now in the offense once again, while looking for some good attacks here, while Agar has cheese to deal with. Oh, but these are some pretty bad misdrops. It transitions into a fractal, and yeah, this is a pretty ambitious upstack for Alkali. Had to break Surge early. This is a pretty bad stack for Alkali. Forced to break Surge once again, and now Agar. Ooh, that's a pretty good Z-Spin donation, and Alkali made too many mistakes. Yeah, that's gonna be the first round to Agar. This is a pretty good well for both players to try to work with, and it's a pretty nice follow-up coming from Agar, but yeah, Alkali had a big spike of their own, 28. Some very blitz attack, but Agar has this really nice combo down stack. Alkali is able to find a good down stack of their own now. Good survival from Agar. And now both are at the bottom of their board, but Alkali is once again faster and trying to fully utilize their speed advantage. Agar also has Surge now, and I think that's a pretty well-timed Surge break, actually. I don't know if that was intentional, but yeah, Alkali, because their Surge break didn't really have a follow-up, but Agar was in a pretty rough spot. Ooh, some PC spamming into DPC for Alkali here. Well, opted for the back-to-back instead of DPC once again. Pretty ambitious setup in hoping to find a spike by Alkali here, but forced to brave. Maybe too ambitious. Now, yeah, Alkali needs to step on the gas here. Agar has this nice surge that, yeah. Oh, and that was not the best surge break though, as has another surge to build, however, and couldn't really keep it for long. Well, that's a badness drop on Alkali's side, but they were pretty low on their board, so and they were able to get away with it. And now both are looking for a good surge building again. Seems like Agar will be able to deliver with this, with some of this relentless pressure. Break here, and ooh, that's a pretty nice break. Win them the point. Some 4 PPS gaming from Alkali, but yeah, unfortunate misdrops, so forced to break their surge early, and now Agar's at a pretty safe spot. Yeah, this might be, I was gonna say greedy, but no, they broke Surge at a pretty good time. Okay, but now, yeah, not Agar, but Alkali has this Surge, but that is also broken now. So far, Agar has been able to defend these, like, high speed pressure from Alkali really well. And now we do see a lot more of these short surges also coming from Alkali's side. Oh, that's a pretty fancy follow-up. However, Agar seems to be ready for it, and I have the attack from Alkali's side, and Agar greeted for the back-to-back at the wrong time. Oh, it's a pretty ambitious STSD from Alkali, but it seemed to have paid off as they get this combo multiplier, and elegant ice spin from Agar will help them get in the game. And oh, that's a pretty well planned surge break. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get the kill, and Alkali has now sent all their cheese to Agar. A pretty bad position for Agar to be in. But it seems that Alkali couldn't find the punish in time anyway. Oh, but no, this might be it as. Oh, but nice survival from Agar. Yeah, Agar keeps finding these miraculous survivals. Oh, Alkali opted for another short surge break here, hoping to kill Agar, but oh no, that floating T-spin might not be it. Couldn't really find the L to set that up. T-spin single opener for Agar, and Alkali wanted to DPC there, but another misdrop will stop him from doing that. And now Agar with the surge advantage. Alkali tried to force a break from them, but and it was a pretty forced break. Pretty good follow-up still, and insane 7 combo multiplier, and some more of Alkali's unfortunate misdrops or mishelds would seal their fate. Oh, what is this Z overhang? Oh, into... Well, I don't know what setup is that, but it looks pretty cool, but well, it does seem to... No, I spoke too soon. It didn't really do... Yeah, well, it pushed Agar very high, but yeah, Agar has the combo and the kill. Ooh, Agar opted for some timing there. Had to wait for gravity for the spin, but might help them here. No, Alkali was fast enough to access garbage. And now Alkali's scrambling to find the down stack here. Oh, no. They access garbage in time, and now Agar's the one in a vulnerable position. Ooh, the early search break from Alkali, but yeah, it's a pretty poorly timed break. But Agar's in a pretty dangerous position after several unfortunate placements, but did get to the garbage in time. But now Alkali has a lot of pressure, hoping to build some more surge here, and that will do it. Alkali finds a second solve and again transitions into DTC, but misdrop will stop him. Alright, and seems that Agar wants to look for a more efficient way out of there, and it delivers. And now a lot of cheese on Alkali's side. If they don't clear this fast enough, then yeah, Agar might be able to capitalize it, and he will. A very clean stack on Alkali's side, and so they might be looking for an attempt to TST on Agar's side. Had to abort it. Yeah, and now this is not a favorable stack. Oh, but might have the defense here. Yeah, Agar's not pushed up that high and is still in the game. Ooh, that's a insane surge break actually. Alkali had this T-spin setup, wasn't able to. The T didn't come in time, and yeah, now we're back even again. A pretty early surge break from Alkali, but that's not gonna do anything big to Agar. And now this is a pretty neutral position as both players, yeah, want to look for some pressure to work with here. Yeah, and Agar being, well, I was gonna say Agar being the slower player might have to defend here, but no. Agar step on the gas. Oh, but this forced to break their surge, and Alkali also had this nice follow-up. Yeah, well, contrary to my belief, Agar's also putting up like a real fight by, because they're not defending all the time. A pretty unbalanced stack on Alkali's side, and they're forced to break surge early. Now Agar wants to keep up this pressure. They couldn't get out of their 9-0 stack, however. They found the down stack, but now this is a pretty cheesy board. It's again a pretty neutral position, and that's a pretty nice back-to-back maintenance. But yeah, Alkali has such a good board, but Agar's ready for it. Was able to find the down stack in time. It's a pretty elegant Way to keep back to back by Agar here, and yeah, Alkali wants to get a bit lower on their board. Oh, that's they missed the L spin. I think they had the survival there, but they missed the 180 L spin. That's very unfortunate. An early misdrop by Agar, and that's... Oh, they hesitated. This might be bad, as, yeah, now Alkali's in full strike mode, but, well, Alkali broke out of their loop anyway. The Surge Break might do it, however. Yeah, these opener misdrops won't really... Oh. I say that, but... They don't really seem to affect these players a lot, but... Yeah, probably because those are pretty easy to fix. But now... Yeah, both are looking for some back-to-back pressure here, and... Agar will be the one to break first. Ooh. It's a pretty ambitious upstack by Alkali here. And they want to look for a spike. Yeah. They want to use this garbage. Oh. Forced to break out of it though by Agar's nice spike. Some pressure on Alkali's side, but again couldn't get the kill. Agar is holding up really well, actually. Yeah, and Alkali couldn't really reliably find these killer blows, but they might here, however. Oh, well, I spoke too soon. Again. Tried to find a spin sequence there, but unfortunately they ruined their T-spin in the process, and now... Ooh, was able to find a good back-to-back sequence here, but wasn't quite enough to kill Agar here, and now... finds this nice combo to back up, but Agar has the surge advantage this time around. Decided to break it off. A pretty nice S-Gem for the T-spin there, and now... Oh. Quick search building by Alkali. They might want to maintain this. Agar was able to find the defense in time, but couldn't quite force Alkali out of Surge Break yet. Well, now they do, and they might be able to have a counter spike here. Another long round from both of these players. It's been 3 minutes. 3.5. Oh, and... couldn't quite kill yet. Oh, but yeah, now Agar has a lot of surge and 8 surge. Alkali is in the position to defend, however, but they need to prepare for this 30 and... Ooh, some nice follow-up from Agar will do. Yeah, a lot of quick surge building from both of these players. Alkali is forced to break first, while Agar wants to keep up this pressure. Also breaks it now, and wipe the board for Alkali here. They need access to clean, couldn't make it in time. Just one piece off. One piece away. This might be a very big momentum boost to Agar, because if they can win this game, then yeah, it's gonna be a bracket reset. The the mental shift is important. This 14 spike for and some of Alkali's unfortunate misdrops. It's a match point for Agar. We might see a bracket reset here. More of Alkali's unfortunate opener misdrops. Trying to find back-to-back maintaining stack. Couldn't really find it in time. And yeah, that left Agar with a lot of chance to send cheese. Oh, but now Alkali has a lot of clean, and yeah, we'll send all of them to Agar. Agar's barely surviving now. Couldn't quite find the solution to open up the well and use the eye to downstack. A stick spin coming from Agar and trying to time their best for an attack here, and this might do it. Alkali find a very nice downstack, a survival, however. And now Alkali has the surge advantage, opted to break for the short surge, and Agar had the downstack, however, and yeah, we'll use the garbage to earn them the round and the bracket reset. Really intense. Yeah, so we will see true finals now. Yeah, it seems that players would want a break, and Agar's putting up a really incredible fight here. I mean, I'd say it's really hard to come back from losers finals. Oh, but he did it anyway. It's really tough coming from the losers brackets all the time. I don't get how these players are able to do it, like the mental capacity required. Because it's not just about the the Tetris game itself, but it's about the mental game. Because you can't play these first 11 games. You can't play many of them in a quick burst. And oh, it seems that both players are ready now. It was a pretty quick break. I expected a longer break, to be honest, but well, it seems that both are ready again, and well, see the best performances from both now as it's true finals. Agar was able to recover off of their misdrops, but not Alkali, unfortunately. Oh, well, I spoke soon again, but in a good way, actually. Yeah, because they found a very nice combo multiplier. Well, this... Yeah, Agar is just trying... Oh, that's a pretty nice... Yeah, that's a pretty nice J-spin fine, but couldn't really have the stack to get out. Alright, and now Agar will have search advantage, but yeah, this spike might from Alkali might force a search break. Pretty some slow search building. Not slow, but yeah, Alkali couldn't really find a search to build, and that left them in a pretty... I was gonna say bad spot, but no, they're pretty low on their board. And they might have the defense here. They found the defense. And now Agar has to do some quick search building again, forced to break it once again. And it's left in a pretty cheesy board, but ooh. Well, I said cheesy board, but they were able to clear all that and like with like several pieces. Oh, pretty bad team misdrop on Alkali's side. That won't do. Yeah, I actually just noticed on stream right now, I don't think anyone could watch the game. Yeah, it's just frozen on the stream. Yeah, so I was like just speaking nonsense because the audience couldn't really watch the game, I think. Okay, well, oh, well, oh, we're back. We're live. Okay, well, just ignore all the commentary of past 4 rounds. Pretty horrible anyways. Alright, bad team misdrop on Agar's side, while Alkali has this nice stack. And we'll try to maintain back-to-back, but ooh, this nice spike from Agar will force the search break. Unfortunate T misdrop on the T-spin. Momentarily recovers, but AR is still in a pretty bad spot. Couldn't get to the eye in time. And some attempts to time by Agar here, I'm not sure what Alkali was waiting for there, but ooh, probably a back-to-back maintaining there. It's a nice follow-up, but Agar also noticed that and tried to find a defense of their own, and it worked out. And now we're back on this neutral position where both players try to find some pressure to kill their opponent and like, some more upstack action here. Agar had Surge, but couldn't really seem to use him well. Well, yeah, actually couldn't really use the Surge well, but had all the combo pressure and another short Surge break that will kill. Might be ambitious back-to-back keeping here from Agar. It pretty much gets away with it as, yeah, Alkali has a bit of cheese to deal with now. Well, Alkali sends a lot of cheese back to Agar, but Agar's pretty unfazed. Alkali couldn't quite find the pressure and time, gets a quick Surge break but doesn't seem to do anything. Attempts for an Ice Spin here, but that's too slow. Forced to break Surge there to defend. Might find a down stack here, but this might be too much as Alkali has the pressure. Yeah, and this nice cut copy is all that's needed for the kill. This is STPC versus PKI here. Ooh, cheesy board, so Alkali opted for a save. Some safe skims here. Let's see if Agar can keep up. No, well, he can, but finds a nice double quad instead. 21 spike, but it pretty much sends a lot of clean to Alkali. Ooh, that's an insane TSD multiplier. Yeah, AR's scrambling to find defense here. Oh. Well. Spends too much time to find a down. It would have been an insane survival if that worked. Yeah, once again, Alkali is running away with the speed advantage, but yeah. So far, and I spoke too soon. I was gonna say Agar is able to keep up with their defense, but well, Alkali used their speed advantage pretty well, and that allowed them to take another round from the Sword Surge. Ooh, this insane 31 spike, however, from Agar. PCO misdrop on Alkali's side, and Agar's ready for some good upstack here, but Alkali had the defense. Oh, finds the down stack. Now Akalai has uses up all the clean, but still can find a defense here. Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, Agar's putting up a lot of pressure here. Okay, now Alkali's timing these attacks. Oh, well, not a lot of it is needed though, as Agar is just in a pretty bad stack. Alkali's 3 points away from winning the tournament now, and Agar needs to step up his game. As Alkali has this DPC, has the defense, and now has access to clean. It's a pretty nice 180 spin fine to keep up back-to-back. Okay, but now Agar's the one with back-to-back. This might be a hard stack to maintain and to break here. Yeah, opting for spins now instead of T-spins. Oh, and it's a pretty dangerous... Alkali's having a pretty dangerous stack here. Accesses the garbage in time. And Agar couldn't punish. Oh, that's a... I think Alkali overcommitted, and they couldn't clear enough lines in time. Oh. Alkali hesitated. Oh, but they might have the counter here? Yeah. Okay, Agar's now at the bottom. Oh, it's a pretty good attempt. I was gonna say good attempt to keep back-to-back, but right as I about to say that, T misdrop. It's a extremely fatal misdrop as well. Ooh, a very nice follow-up from Alkali, but yeah, Agar was able to find a survival in time. But now Alkali has the surge advantage. Ooh, with the very nice follow-up, but Agar was also ready for that. Yeah, these defenses have been insane from Agar. And now both are looking for some pressures here. As both build off. Agar's forced to tank Alkali's Surge, and now Agar has also released Surge. Oh, but now Alkali's the one in danger. Trying to fit the Z-spin in, but was too late for that. And now left in a pretty bad stack, but I think he's gonna get away with it. Agar couldn't capitalize in time. We might see another long round again. Alkali is trying to find a spike. Couldn't quite set up the cut copy, and well, this is a bad 9-0 stack for Agar. Yeah. Ooh, what is this? Yeah, setup, like ambitious floating setup from Agar. They were too greedy for that, and they're gonna pay, which means it's tournament point for Alkali. And this is not a desirable misdrop for Agar as Alkali transitions into DPC and takes the tournament. It's not really how Agar wants to go out, but it is what it is. Agar was able to get back from the losers bracket. Unfortunately, yeah, that though tournament win might have taken too much work. But yeah, a lot of close games, especially against PCO down at losers finals, and finally the bracket reset round. Agar had done really well this tournament as well. Alright, well, that's the tournament. Hope you guys enjoyed. Now we're gonna find, yep, someone to raid. Alright, so yeah, and we're streaming. Well, I wonder what the yeah, some TL action, I reckon. Yeah, another X plus ranked player. Yeah, totally check them out. We're gonna raid Amber now. So yeah, once again, thank you all for tuning in for Stratosphere 130. Have a good night or a good day wherever you are. Peace.